my name is Caitlin Coiro, and this is a walkthrough through all my Brooklets. Starting off with the actual widget itself, we can see it's just like a simple number in the bottom left corner here. But when we get to the actual blueprint, we can see if there's a lot going on, so we'll break it down one by one. This function here called setTimerLimit sets up the timer. This this is the update timer event that counts down the timer. And once it reaches 0, we can see that it clears and then restarts. Which, if we can take a look in here, it casts to BB makes the bot, and then causes the bot to die. If we look down here, this is where the timer actually starts, including a handle. These three functions here on the side, the add the timer amount, subtract the timer amount, and then we look down here, temporarily pauses the timer. If we take a look at BP timer text, this sets up the actual text that you saw in the bottom left corner earlier. It also calls the add to timer, subtract from timer, and freeze timer functions back in the widget using a handle as a reference to the widget. It also has a remove timer event so it can actually remove the timer, because I run into an error earlier where the UI was getting a bit wonky and kept adding onto the previous timer. So this is just to fix that issue. If we take a look here, these are the actual orbs. So this is for the time increase. Actually, I forgot to take something out while preparing my video. Just gotta find it real quick. Ah yes, timer orb base. This is the parent, the actor to the next actors we'll show here. We can see on begin overlap, if it's the player interacting with the orb, it destroys it. Meaning that if we take a look here, once the player interacts with the timer increase orb, it'll cast a BB bot and add the timer amount and then be destroyed. Same with timer decrease orb, but instead of adding, it's calls the subtract from timer function. And same thing for timer freeze, except it calls the freeze timer function. Now for the BBBot blueprint, which I took the time to modify. Yeah, basically what's going on here is that the bot is calling the timers. So this spawns the timer. This calls the add timer, subtract from timer, and freeze timer function. And if we take a look down here, let's see if I can find it. Might take a bit because it's a bit far down. There we go. Gotta scroll down. We can see that after the player character spawns, it removes the timer and then destroys it again to prevent UI funkiness. And that is how we have the game working here, which I'll show in my future walkthrough. Thank you for watching.